Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Star Cub Review. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody. I'm so sorry I haven't done any videos the last couple of days. I've not been feeling well, but today I'm back. I'm feeling much better, and this will be part 2 of my favourite movies of all time, my personal favourite. Don't forget, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay tuned. If you're returning, welcome back. This will be just my favourite movies, my personal favourite. As you can tell in the background, I have a trailer for Neverending Story, one of my all-time favourite movies growing up as a kid, part of my childhood. Extremely well done movie, absolutely love it. But hope everyone's having a good New Year's Eve so far. This will be the first video that I will have for New Year's Eve. A second one will be coming hopefully tonight. I have to get that sorted. But other than that, I would love to hear from y'all in terms of what's your favourite movies. Other than that, let's get the ball rolling in no particular order. These are some of my favourites. Neverending, The Land Before Time. Absolutely love this film. Growing up as a kid, still makes me cry to this day, even as an adult. Absolutely amazing, amazing movie by Don Blyth. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas were executive producers on this, and story-wise as well. All of them did an absolutely amazing job. One of my favourite movies growing up as a child. Still is. Still makes me cry. Next one, Neverending Story, as everybody knows. This one is absolutely amazing. Always has been a part of my childhood. Always will remain part of my adulthood as well. This movie I can watch over and over and over. It is absolutely amazing. I've never read the book, but this movie makes me want to read the book. Absolutely amazing soundtrack. Everything about this movie is precious to me. If you understand 80s movies at all, this was one of the greatest 80s movies. Its sequel, The Neverending Story Part 2 with Jonathan Brandis, is from the early 90s. Another one of my favourites growing up. Loved Jonathan Brandis. Loved this film. The second one was amazing to me in its own way. Very different to the first one. Clarissa Burt, hands down, as the villain Empress Zaid. Absolutely amazing villain. Absolutely loved her as the villain. I've watched this over and over again. It's, like I said, one of my favourites growing up. Still is. It's absolutely amazing. I really want to see a remake of it, of the first 2 films. The third one was absolute rubbish and should never have been a part of the trilogy of films. It was absolutely disastrous. But the second one, Jonathan Brandis, absolutely amazing. Clarissa Burt, absolutely amazing. Hands down, if no one's ever seen it, go and get it, buy it. You'll know what I mean. Early 90s, absolutely fantastic. Another film growing up as a kid that's one of my favourites, The Labyrinth. David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly, Jim Henson. What more can I say? Absolutely amazing soundtrack. David Bowie steals the show as the Goblin King Jareth. Absolutely adore this film. It makes me cry with happiness. This film has just been a part of my childhood ever since. I always revisit this film every time, and David Bowie just captures the essence of this film as Jareth. The soundtrack is amazing. Another film, Dark Crystal. Recently went with my husband to go and see the 40th anniversary of this. Absolutely amazing film. Jim Henson is an absolutely amazing director, and the world that him and his crew created with the Dark Crystal will remain absolutely fascinating to me. Absolutely amazing. The 40th anniversary screening at the theatres brought me back to my childhood. Every time, hands down, doesn't fail. Another one growing up, The Breakfast Club. Another John Hughes film. Absolutely treasure this film. Absolutely amazing film. Even though I consider myself an 80s baby growing up, and honestly, 80s, some of the best films ever, in my opinion, come from the 80s, even the 70s, even some from the 60s. But the 80s, to me, always sticks as part of my favourite childhood. The Mannequin is another one. Hands down, makes me emotional every single time. I cry every single time in this film. Kim Cattrall, amazing actress. This film was made for her. Absolutely, hands down, absolutely amazing film. If no one has seen it, get it and watch it. It absolutely is amazing. Another one of my favourites, Wes Craven's Scream. I can't say very much about this film other than the fact that it still blows me away to this day. It is absolutely amazing, still is. It changed the face of horror forever, redefined the gene. Thank you, Wes Craven. Rest in peace. Absolutely amazing film. Everything should be credited to Wes Craven for redefining the horror gene as we speak. Not John Carpenter. No other horror director has ever accomplished what Wes Craven did with the horror gene, in my opinion. I know that's not going to sit well with a lot of other people, but Wes Craven redefined the horror gene for me. Absolutely captivated audiences with Scream, and even his films today still capture the audience imagination with Scream. He literally blew it out of the ballpark with Scream and made horror great again for the 90s. Redefined it. Another great film, Final Destination. Another one growing up that I really liked. The death scenes were gory and elaborate. The story was amazing. It's fascinating. The concept was cool that you have to cheat death and, it skips a person and all of that. Absolutely amazing film. Devon Sawa, hands down, one of my favourite main characters in this film. Absolutely loved it. And like I said, the death scenes are extremely gory and elaborate and are absolutely, hands down, amazing. Halloween H2O, one of my favourite films in the Halloween franchise. Halloween 2, then Halloween H2O. It is the definitive Laurie Strode trilogy, in my opinion, always will be. Hands down, one of my favourite in all of the Halloween franchise. Halloween H2O, hands down amazing. Ridley Scott's Alien, grew up watching that. I saw that when I was 5 years old, and that's what got me hooked on horror. Science fiction, horror in general. Absolutely. Ridley Scott, I have to thank him for giving everybody a truly unique cosmic horror experience with Alien. And then, of course, James Cameron's 1986 sequel, Aliens. Sigourney Weaver absolutely remains my favourite heroine. Love her to bits. Can't praise them enough. Ridley Scott, absolutely hands down amazing. He brought us some of the best horror with science fiction, cosmic horror, and he really it really goes to show you that he put a lot of love into this film, and especially for 1979, amazing. I know this is going to be controversial for a lot of people, but Prometheus, his sequel to Alien, I really loved it. I defend it. In its own way, it's amazing, it's unique, it's different. Yeah, of course it's going to be different to Alien, but you could see his shaping of the universe in his own way, and I can't criticize him for that. I really can't. It remains one of my favorites in the Alien franchise, along with his other one, Alien Covenant, which is on the list as well. This film, to me, really brought it home that he added more to the franchise in his own way. I don't know why people criticize him for straying off the path a little bit, but it was his universe to begin with. He created it. H.R. Giger gave him a design, and look at what Ridley Scott's done with it. He, in his own way, brought his universe to life His story, his mythology with the xenomorphs. I can't praise the film enough. I revisit this film whenever I can. It's very enjoyable. It's gory, exactly what I like, and it's a unique film. I like both of them, Prometheus and its sequel, Alien Covenant. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. Absolutely love this film. Once again, Wes Craven. Love the man, love his vision, but hands down, Part 3 is one of my absolute favourites in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Absolutely loved it. Nightmare on Elm Street 1 as well. Absolutely love, as you can tell. It's mixed in with Part 3. To this day, still watch those films. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, and then obviously the other one that's going to be in here is, which will be in the countdown as well, is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Absolutely different take on his mythology with Freddy Krueger. It was meta as fuck. It was absolutely amazing. I hold that on a very high pedestal, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I hold Part 3, Dream Warriors, on a very high pedestal as well. Absolutely loved that film. The ending, as soul-crushing as it is, I really, really, really hope that in the future we get a sequel with Heather Langenkamp returning as Nancy Thompson for one last go at her character, very much like Jamie Lee Curtis has done in the new set of Halloween films, because Heather Langenkamp is hands down one of my all-time favourite scream queens. She deserves to have a reboot trilogy of films that continue from number 3, in which she survives, and we see some of the original characters returning as well, very much like the new Halloween films. I absolutely hated them, but Heather Langenkamp, if you're watching this or get word of this, please do everything in your power to make a new set of trilogy films happen. I would die to see you come back as Nancy Thompson for one last go at the character and give us what every Nightmare on Elm Street fan wants, is to see Freddy Krueger on screen one last time. Robert Englund as well. I would love to see him on screen one last time. Howl's Moving Castle, hands down, Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki. Can't say enough, can't praise this film enough. Absolutely love it. I adore this film. Makes me cry with happiness all the time. It's a fun film. It's heartfelt. Hayao Miyazaki is the king of animation. This film, Calcifer, Turnip Head, all of them. I get really emotional when I talk about anything Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki, especially with his films. I treasure these films. I treasure Howl's Moving Castle. It is just one of those films that really touches you on a really emotional level, with just how much energy he put into this film, how much he loves this film. I'll be back with another video very soon. Thank you for watching.